Hey there, today we are going to show you how to utilize the HTML email function inside your ManyChat flow. It's pretty good if you have it. It's a nice feature and we integrated it with your own SMTP credentials for Google, so it's almost 100% delivery rate on our end while we tested it, so that's pretty awesome, as opposed to the SendMail variant that's almost 0% delivery rate. So let's go and I'll show you how to do it. First, you go to chatbotshop.net, you click the scripts to use menu at the top, you click this one, HTML with GMAIL SMTP, which will bring you to this page. Then you can select this URL right here, and we are going to put it in the ManyChat section in the dynamic response area. I already created a small flow, you can see it right here. It's just something that will say this marks the end of our questionnaire. Suppose you have already asked your user several questions and saved the data of these results into custom fields. So then we say, okay, I would love to get my data to HTML or by email or whatever you are selling or offering. Then you say, well, okay, perfect, first name, and then you are going to ask for the email address by a free keyboard input field. And once your visitor has given that one, it will automatically continue to the next step where we will load this dynamic content form. So then you can go over there here to this section, and the URL you just copied, you can just Control V or Command V right here. Then we go back to this section, and that's where you are going to fill in all the fields that are needed to make your flow work. So let's do that real quick. My name when sending email, it's like Paul. Then you can put in your email address when sending the email. We just put in the same name as your Gmail account, because it's also the username of your Gmail SMTP server. It's got to be the same, and Google really likes it if you have the same sender as the SMTP username. So chatbotdojo.com at gmail.com, and here I can put my password. I'm just gonna put in something here. If you don't want to give the password right into this field because you think it's not safe, that's just fine with me. It's not really needed to give here. We don't store it, we don't save it. It's just to fill in this little JSON here at the bottom, and it's just a little JavaScript. Once you're out of here, it's already gone. But you can choose to fill it in only at ManyChat, whatever you want. So that's that. The subject of the email, we can just put in header, keep an eye out for me, whatever you want to do there, it's just fine. And then the body text of this HTML, it's pretty cool that you can put in a lot of different stuff, and I'm going to show you the goodies right here. I'll just copy paste something I already wrote to save some time. Okay, so right here I say hi name, and the name we're going to replace that later inside ManyChat. So I suggest you just make your email however you want to display it later, and you can replace these variables inside ManyChat in a second. So this is just some bogus text. You can use some small HTML tags, like only 4 of them. And those are visible right here. The new lines, these are automatically transformed into breaks in your HTML email, so you don't have to worry about that. Don't put in any break tags because they will be stripped anyway. So let's just continue with this little snippet right here. Then a short text email message, text only. This is also the line you can see in your email client on your mobile phone. It usually has some little preview line, and this is the one that's going to be there. So I'm going to just copy this one for a second because I don't want to write anything. And then the secret key, well, that's your own secret key. I'm just going to put anything in there. And now this section here is pre-filled, so now I'm going to copy that. Then we're going back to the ManyChat section, and right here in the request body you can just copy or Control or Command V, and then all this data is right here. You're gonna replace this one, your page ID, you can select it here, page ID, the recipient name, let's suppose it's the person who is using your flow, so it's first name, the recipient email custom field, well, I have some custom field somewhere, check, here's one. So that's the email. It's not my real email that I'm going to use, but it's just fine for this demo. Then it's the name who has been or who is going to be sending this email. It's like Paul Sender, whatever. And it's going to be from this email address. I have to fill in my GMAIL SMTP password. I'm going to do that when I'm off this screen so you don't see it. And there's this subject line, then there's the email body, and this is where it gets interesting, because right now you can replace this little name, you can put in first name. And now this is interesting because I thought, oh wow, it's too bad this won't work, but when you uncheck this encode to JSON field, it will work. So that's pretty awesome. So for instance, right in this section you can just select any of your custom fields. I'm just going to put in some BMI calculator thing. It's not really interesting, but it's just to show you what's possible. And all these lines, these backslash R and backslash N and stuff like that, those are going to be replaced by breakpoint, so you don't have to worry about that either. It's just great the way it looks. Just make sure you can identify the variables you want to check or change and do it until there's no error in this section. So that's it. Then you can test the request. It won't work now because half my data is not right, like the secret key and the SMTP password, but I will just fill it in while I'm going to be off screen for a second. And that is going to be, let me check, I'm going to put you back over here. Meanwhile, I'm going to put in my correct data, so let me check this on my end. Let's hold on just a second, it may take a little minute, just a couple of more seconds please, to fill in my secret key. Copy that, secret key, copy it. Yeah, you won't see it, but it's really happening. Response. Okay, now I'm going to send you back here, and now I'm going to test it again. I filled in my data, and now it is or is not working. Yes, and it is. And now you can see your email has been sent successfully. Don't forget to check your spam folder. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this, I'm going to publish it, and now I'm going to show you inside Messenger, like, okay, so now I'm going to test this. This marks the end. Do you want to test it? Yes, I'd love to. Or we want to get your email. Perfect, Paul. What's your email address? I can give my email address like the same as I did just a second ago. Great, just a second. And then I will get this confirmation message inside my flow, the one I'm using. And when this is all done, you can see a message that will look something like, where is it? Over here. That's the one, that's the message that's in your email. It might be a little different message because I just rewrote it, but I'm sure that's about the one that is. So you can see the line breaks are changed here by real breaks. You can do a little bold text. Other HTML tags will be replaced, so you can't put in hyperlinks and stuff like that. It's just to make sure people are not abusing it. You can put in other variables like this 66 something over here, and this one was a variable. So that's pretty cool. Try it out, it's awesome, and that's just the way it works. You could be done in like 5 minutes. Thank you.